the Skit Guys Podcast, starring Tommy Woodard and Eddie James. And now, two guys who think Candy Crush should be an Olympic sport. The Skit Guys.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special edition of the Skit Guys Podcast. Do we have a name?
Skit Guys Podcast.
To the Skit Guys Podcast.
The Skit Guys Podcast.
I'm your host, Brad Branson.
Joining Brad is me, Frank Finkel. Oh boy, I gotta tell you, I love being a part of this podcast.
Well, Frank, was it Finkel or
Finkel?
Finkel.
Finkel. No, it's two F's.
Finkel.
Frank Finkel.
Frank Finkel.
Yeah, Frank Finkel. Oh boy,
Fantastic.
Good
Frank.
to be on the show with you.
Glad to have you here today.
What's your name again? I forget.
Brad Branson.
Brad Branson.
Don't go back and check that, but I'm pretty sure it's that.
It's amazing how Brad Branson met Frank Finkel.
Right? Tell me that story.
Well, it's a good story. I love telling stories.
Stories are what make the world go round.
Oh, don't they though?
Huh?
I love it.
I love to spin a yarn every once in a while.
I do too.
To tell a tale, if you
Yarns
will.
are good.
Right?
Well, let's say hi to our podience members.
Hello, podience members.
I am Eddie.
I am Tommy.
And we are joined by the lovely coordinator.
Oh, that's my cue?
yeah.
I'm Jen.
This is Jen, everybody.
Jen.
Coordinating, making things happen, getting things right.
Making sure it gets done.
It just gets done.
It left up to us, nothing happens.
Well, we'd be seeing a movie right
we
now.
see movies.
Yeah.
Left up to us, we're in the movies.
We'd be eating lunch right now.
No question about it.
Talking about let's get a podcast done when we're out on the road on Friday.
Jen said, no lunch today, boys.
Let's just get this done.
Let's get it done.
The truth.
It is true. That's
Jen,
true.
how are you? How's things?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, life as well?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I can't complain today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jen, we are just getting a lot of buzz about the fake friendship stories.
A lot of buzz.
A lot of buzz.
There's some buzz.
And you're getting some emails.
Yeah.
If you want us to do a fake friendship story, you can email us at podience, PODIENCE, at skitguys.com.
That's podience.com.
At skitguys. And what is a fake friendship story? Someone joining us new that doesn't know what our fake friendship stories are. What is it?
Well, we have been doing podcasts for a long time.
Yeah.
And we have told stories from our lives multiple times.
And we get a little paranoid. Have we told this story?
And the answer is usually yes.
But we love our stories.
So now we've
about
asked
our
people.
friendship.
I know it is.
I love our stories.
But we also want to be fresh. Unapologetically.
So fresh.
Fresh.
So lively.
Fresh.
It's
fresh.
so exciting to me.
But you know what I think I did instead of fresh? I think I did Flash. He saved every one of us.
That was Queen, by the way.
It was.
Yeah.
And I went and saw that for my birthday.
Good for you.
No, it was
Recently?
really? No.
Oh.
No, when it came out in the movie theater.
Oh, buddy.
What'd you say?
Flash?
Flash Gordon.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
before
yeah,
my
yeah.
time.
Buddy?
Well, Flash Gordon's before all of our times. He was one of the original space heroes.
Yes, he was.
Way back in
Yeah.
the day. But Ming the Merciless.
He was merciless.
Do you remember any lines from the movie Flash Gordon?
Buddy, I don't, but
Yeah.
in 6th grade,
Huh?
had no friends,
Yeah.
lived with my dad, and I would ride my bike, and this was over in Bedford, Texas.
Yeah.
And I've looked at this. I've looked at this now.
Yeah.
Like I went across like 121.
No way.
Like there's a little bridge
On your bike?
On my bike.
It's a big highway.
Well, that's 121's right here, but
Right.
like like
there's a bridge.
A bridge
over 121.
over 121,
Yeah.
and it led to this dollar theater.
Yeah.
And I spent a summer going to the dollar movies by myself as a 6th grader,
Yeah.
and I watched Flash Gordon, Popeye with Robin Williams, On
Wow.
Golden Pond, and maybe another one, and that's all I would do.
Would you go to multiple movies in a day?
Yes.
Would you pay for them all?
No.
You got your money's worth.
Yeah,
$1.
25 cents. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, as a 6th grader,
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I saw Flash Gordon by myself
for
in this
real.
dollar movie theater.
For
yes,
real.
sir. Yeah.
Not worth seeing twice.
Wow.
I remember one line And all it was go, Flash, go. Go, Flash, go. Like he's supposed to be a football player.
Yeah.
And he grabs something and he's running with this thing like a football player. And
Right.
I don't remember the name of the girl in the show. But
No,
she
I don't
says,
either.
go, Flash, go. Go, Flash,
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Well, as a sixth grader, I kind of liked it.
So anyway, I don't know how we got.
Funny, though.
What's
But,
that?
I mean, our childhoods. It was your
Yes.
birthday party, and I rode my bike by myself to go watch movies.
And
to
now,
sit somewhere.
And now we've reversed roles. I do nothing with people, and you do things with people.
Yeah, but I still love to go see a movie by myself.
Buddy, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've only done it like once or twice, and I love it.
I love it.
And I never get to do it.
Did I ever tell you the story?
People in my life. Yeah.
Sophomore year,
Yeah.
went and saw Stand By Me by myself.
Oh,
And
great
my,
movie.
And my English teacher saw me. The next day she goes, were you at the blah, blah, blah mall? I go, yeah.
She goes, freak.
She goes, did you go to the movie theater? I go, I did.
And then she went, freak.
No. She goes, well, I was eating dinner with da-da-da, and you went in there by yourself? I go, yeah. She goes, Eddie, that is so great that you can see a movie by yourself.
Yeah. Big
Well,
boy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or I'm just a lonely
Or it's
guy.
lonely.
But I don't know what that was, to come to think of it, because you're right. I've always been surrounded by people, but
Yeah.
I think it started out as loneliness, but then it started out as this is my time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
Recharge your battery.
Yeah.
So, I don't remember how we got to that, but what
don't
we were
either.
trying to say was we've told all our stories.
Friendship
In fact,
stories.
the story
Yes.
you just told, we've probably told. Who knows?
Who knows?
The story I just told, probably told. So now we've exhausted our true life stories. So
Right.
we've asked people to just send in ideas for fake friendship stories.
Like an improv setup.
Yeah, you don't tell us the whole story.
Right.
You just tell us, who, what, when, where, how.
Yeah. So I've been liking these. These have been fun. So what's who? Did someone send us from our podience?
Hold on now.
Yeah.
If someone wants to get in on this gig, where would they send the story?
Podience at skidguys.com.
Make sure we got that covered.
Several times.
I know, right?
So who sent in what, Jen? Give us a fake friendship story to talk about.
You guys repeat themselves a lot.
Now it's time for a fake friendship story.
We got one from Jacob Wilder, who actually, I think, reached out on Facebook with this idea.
Oh, I wonder if he's related to Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Probably so.
Possible.
All the Wilders are connected,
Those
buddy.
Wilders.
They are
Gene
connected.
Wilder.
Gene Wilder. Yeah.
Right.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Gene.
R.I.P.
Okay, so you guys are obviously the who. The what is a loofah. The when is the summer of '69.
Yeah.
The where, Oakdale, Tennessee. And, for fun,
Yeah.
Jacob gave you a quote
Yeah.
that one of you must use in this story.
Got it.
That quote is, "I'll be your huckleberry."
It's great when that's from a movie. It's a great movie, too.
Okay. Loofah, summer of '69, Huckleberry. And where? I'm writing this down. Tennessee?
Oakdale, Tennessee.
Oakdale.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Oakdale,
it's
Tennessee.
69. We were totally in Oakdale. Like, how did you even have to even ask where it was?
Well, we've done so many travels
Yeah.
in our life, So I'm just trying to understand, how did Jacob know that we were in Oakdale?
Well, the story, I mean, there's probably still some stuff. There's probably, if you go to the right place in Oakdale today, you can see from that.
Do you,
Whoa, sorry. That
wow,
was
what
Jen
was that?
texting
That
me.
Jen? Come on, you're supposed to
There you
coordinate
go.
our stuff here, Jen.
I have my
Thanks, Jen.
stuff
And
on
by the way,
silent.
Jen, I already knew what that quote was from. I told
Well,
you it was from a
didn't.
movie.
You said a movie. I
I
was
have a
helping
tree
you out.
in my front yard named from that movie.
Well, you didn't tell anyone the movie. I thought maybe you didn't really know.
Totally know.
You just knew it was from a movie.
The tree in my front yard, it's an oak tree, and it is named Wyatt
Okay.
because it's from the same movie.
All right.
'Cause he
So you're just going to let
says-
everybody else figure out the movie?
Yeah, Wyatt, you are an oak is the quote, another quote from that movie. That's why I named that oak tree Wyatt.
Okay. Well, I didn't see the movie, so.
That's another. Does Jen ever watch movies? Like, I feel like she doesn't know any of the movies we've seen.
Jen, did you watch movies as a teen or 20-something?
I did. We had a dollar theater in my area. I couldn't ride my bike there,
You
but
couldn't?
I went to a lot of movies there.
Yeah. It's because you live
Do you
in
remember?
Chicago.
Well, the year was 1969.
Yeah.
That summer. Do you remember that, buddy?
Summer of 69?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just a band of some kids from school trying real hard. Yeah.
Was Joni?
Jimmy quit.
Jimmy did quit.
Joni got married.
Joni got married,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Man, when I look back now,
Oh,
wish those days would last forever.
but they didn't.
Those are the best days of my life.
Summer of 69 was the best days of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy to think that summer was a fun summer.
It was.
And it would lead us to our acting careers in the years of us going to England in the late 70s.
Right.
But that was like a real free summer, you
It
know?
was crazy
It
because,
we had a lot of time.
folks, I don't know if you've ever been to Oakdale. Oakdale is in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
I mean, your closest decent-sized town's Knoxville.
Right.
Right?
And
We'd
we-
go to Knoxville, to have fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And we had no money.
It was 1969.
We were doing stage theater, just like local stage theater productions,
Right.
which made no money.
But and the problem was it was 69, so it was experimental theater. And so there wasn't really a lot of thought that went into staging and costuming.
You got to keep this in mind too, friends, audience. In the summer of 1969, the atmosphere in it was caustic.
Yes.
You
Thank you.
had Nixon, you had Vietnam.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Sirhan,
Who?
I mean, there's
Who
so
was
many
that?
things. Sirhan. I'm telling you, it was a crazy time before the 70s hit,
Right. Oh, there's no question.
Woodstock.
about it.
I mean,
Yeah.
Woodstock. Did you get to go to Woodstock?
No.
No. I mean,
no.
there was so many things happening, and here we are in Oakdale, Tennessee.
Right? And we're trying to be actors.
Right.
Slowly making our way from Oklahoma to eventually England.
Right. And in 1969, my
That
friend.
VW bus that I had
Right.
ran out of gas
In Oakdale.
in Oakdale.
Here's what's crazy. What production were we in Oakdale? What was it wasn't
Was it Butterflies Are Free?
no,
we did that one.
it was a Miller production. What's his name?
Roger Miller.
The playwright. Arthur Miller.
Yeah.
Not The Crucible, but I think it was called The Crux.
Yeah.
Yes. And do you remember there was a young actor there passing through named Manson. What was his name? Manson.
Chuck.
Was it
It's
Chuck?
Chuck.
Chuck Manson?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that was him.
No, it
he was a
wasn't who you're
crazy
thinking
guy.
of. It's not who you're thinking of.
Oh, it's not in 1969?
No, sir. No, sir. Yeah.
Well,
no.
I remember this.
Yes.
Wasn't making any money in the Crux.
Right.
In the play The Crux. I think I played like a janitor.
You did.
Yeah, in The Crux.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the crux was I was really wealthy. Everybody had a crux.
Right.
Right?
Your crux was money.
Right.
But you had to be a janitor.
Right. But I was really rich.
Right. But
And
the
I-
crux
but-
was you couldn't access the money.
Right.
Yeah.
And in real life, my
Right.
crux was I wasn't making any money.
Right.
I had to go down to the Emery River
Oh.
in Oakdale, and I would use that loofah to clean myself off. And I was scared.
It was the loofah Chuck gave you. He was creating
Chuck
loofahs.
Manson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was creating loofahs.
He seemed crazy, though. He
Yeah.
sure seemed crazy.
Yeah.
but if
But
you
was
say
a-
he wasn't, okay.
He was a loofah. He'd been to Europe and had discovered this thing called the loofah.
I remember. It was
Yeah.
very hard on the body.
Oh, rough.
Yeah.
Rough as a cob.
Yeah. And Tom, I don't know. I know this.
Yeah.
Back in the summer of 1969,
Oh, good times.
I'd probably go out to the Emery River around midnight
Yeah.
to just clean myself off because I stank. It
Well.
was a hot summer in Tennessee.
The place where we stayed didn't have running water.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember that summer. I was crying
Uh-huh.
because I was like, "We ain't getting anywhere.
Yeah.
This isn't going anywhere.
Nowhere.
I'm alone."
Yeah.
I feel like that kid back in 6th grade riding my bike. That would ride the bike because Flash Gordon went around in 1969.
But then something happened that changed everything.
What was it, Tommy?
Well, we were there in the summer of '69, and I think it was around mid to late June. And we kept up in the papers with what was going on in actual Broadway, you know?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, a show opened up called Oklahoma.
Oh, buddy.
And we went, wait a second, that's a
Oh,
sign.
buddy. Yeah.
We're from Oklahoma.
Right.
The musical Oklahoma.
Right.
We got to get out of this one-horse town.
And we were in your car.
Yeah. And then the
And
VW bus.
In the VW bus. And we turned on the radio.
Yeah.
And the number one song started playing from the Beatles of that summer. It was Get Back.
Yeah.
And we knew
It's time to go home.
it's time to get back.
Yeah.
Get back to where you once belonged.
Right.
I looked at you and I said, we got to get back.
It was a
Get
1-2
back.
punch. It was a 1-2 punch. I'm reading the papers, and we've got the sliding doors open. We're enjoying a breeze. You just got pulled yourself out of the river. I remember
Of
you'd
the
gone
Upper
back in
River.
because you'd lost the loofah and you were trying to find it. It was going downriver.
Everything was just falling apart.
Yeah. And I'm reading the papers, and I said to you, hey, man, this is groovy. You won't believe what's on Broadway. And you said, hold on, I think I found the loofah. And you did.
Right.
Yeah. And you brought that back and said, what? And you were just ready to be done with it.
The crux was I want to have nothing to do with the crux.
Yeah, you were done with the crux. Well, nobody was showing up, and it's hard to perform to
Right.
nobody.
Right.
And I said, Oklahoma. And you said, what? And I said, Oklahoma.
And then I heard the song.
And you said, what? And I said, Oklahoma.
Homa. Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
I said to you, we know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. And then you got mad because I was making up a song, and you turned on the radio,
And we heard Get Back.
and we just looked at each other.
Yeah, so we got to get back.
Got to get back.
And you started crying as you were clutching that steering wheel in that VW van.
I did.
And I said to
did.
you, do you remember what I said to you? I said, Tommy, I'll be your Huckleberry.
Yeah.
And you fast forward the tape to the mid-'90s.
Yeah.
We were watching that Tombstone movie. You remember that?
I do remember.
Remember
it.
the Tombstone movie?
Tombstone movie.
And what's that actor's name?
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer said it.
Who?
Val Kilmer.
Who?
Val Kilmer. Yeah. And you know what? When I think back to 1969, I was saying I'll be your Huckleberry a lot. That was kind of my phrase.
It
I'll
was
be your
your thing.
Huckleberry.
Yeah.
He was a part of the Crux.
Well,
He was an actor, a young actor in the Crux.
He was
in
a
Oakdale,
young actor
Tennessee.
in the Crux. That's exactly right. And it was because there was a lady, Mrs. Scoggins, who made huckleberry pies. And you ate a lot of those huckleberry pies that summer.
I would, Linda Scoggins.
Yeah.
And I would say to her, "I'll be your Huckleberry."
Right?
Like, give
you
me another one.
love those huckleberry pies.
And when I think back to that Val guy,
Because remember the end of that summer, in a joking way, but kind of getting your attention, I went, you've got huckleberry thighs. And that I don't know if you had a huckleberry pie since then.
well, you know what was the most? Just to wrap this story up, I tell you, we got back to Oklahoma.
Uh-huh.
We were doing off Oklahoma Theater. Yeah.
I think that's all Oklahoma theater, but okay.
And we were in your van listening to the radio.
Yeah.
It was around August, I think.
August,
it was.
yeah. It's starting to get hot, and that van did not have AC.
And that Chuck guy that made those loofahs.
Yeah.
He was part of a murder, or what was supposedly
Thought we
a
were saying
murder.
it wasn't the Chuck guy you thought it was.
Oh,
That's what I
no?
said earlier. I said
Oh.
earlier, not the guy you're thinking of. I need you to play catch.
Well, that happened
I need
in
you to
August.
play catch with me.
Sorry about that. I
dark.
thought you were insinuating,
It's
but
dark.
no. Okay,
That's
all
so
right.
dark.
Well, summer of 1969 was a dark year,
It was
my
a rough
friend.
time.
It was a rough time in history.
Who was that guy you said? with
Sirhan.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Yes.
Vietnam, Sirhan. Muhammad Ali got convicted. It was just a tough time all
was
the
a
way
rough-
around.
Cassius Clay.
Cassius Clay. It was
Yeah.
just rough. Just rough.
Rough
But we
time.
had each other, my
We
friend.
had each other, my man.
Just trying to get into theater, trying to get into movies, trying to do our thing.
Here we are 50 years later.
50-something years later.
It's right at 50 years later.
50 years later.
And you are still my Huckleberry.
You're my Huckleberry.
Oh, buddy, good times.
Woo, good times.
And who
Get
knew?
back. Get back to where you once belong. Get back.
Get back. Boy.
Well, there you go.
Oh, buddy, and who knew? Just a few short years later, we'd both be in England.
Who knew?
Man, good times.
Good times. Good times.
Miss those days.
All right, that's a fake friendship. Was
Fake
it
friendship.
Jen? Was that
Flashback.
Jacob?
Yeah.
Jacob, summer of 1969, Loofah, Huckleberry,
Thank you.
and Oakdale, Tennessee. Boom,
That
done.
was fun.
Oh my goodness!
Pardon the interruption again.
Pardon the interruption.
It's just a pause.
Hey guys,
Just put a pin in it. We're
Put a
going to
pin
come
in
right
it.
back.
Yep. We want to talk to you about our Skit Guys shirts. We talk about them. We give a lot of them away, but you're like, hey, I don't want to wait till you can just give one to me. You may not give one to me.
Right. So we're just letting you know we have shirts, Skit Guys swag available at skitguys.com.
Yeah, we got podience shirts.
You got podience shirts?
If you are a part of our podience, you can get one of those. We have a shirt called Laugh More.
Oh, it's my favorite.
It's a Laugh More.
I wear that one all the time.
Yeah, we have a You're an Original shirt.
Yep,
That's
that goes
fun.
along with. Yeah, we have actually probably like 2, 3, 4, 5 that go along with God's Chisel.
Yeah.
We have a cool, what is it, 8-bit Skit Guys
It's very
shirt.
80s.
Very 80s,
Yeah.
very digital.
So
Anyway,
check it out, skitguys.com. Lots of shirts. If you want one, they are there. They make good stocking stuffers even for the months of July.
I love it when I
May?
get something in my stocking in July.
Yes, like a sock.
Yeah.
Like you could surprise
Yes.
a Skit Guys fan
Yeah.
by grabbing a shirt, rolling it tight, and then just sticking it in a sock and going, here you go.
Or put it in their drawer.
Or put it in their drawer like
And
they're
they'll
going,
just be
I don't
surprised.
even know what I'm going to wear today.
I love that.
There's a shirt.
That is
Oh,
fantastic.
what?
It's Christmas in July
Or February.
or whatever month you're listening to this in.
October.
Yes.
Skit
Anyway.
Guys shirts.
Now back to your regularly scheduled podcast.
You know what? Should we just go to a phone call? What
Let's
do you think?
take a phone call.
Let's do
Or
it. Let's
make
take a
one.
phone call. Let's make a phone call.
One.
All right.
Yeah, we don't have people call us. We call them.
All right. Well, they email us at podience@skitguys.com. They say they want to talk, and we talk. We'll talk. No big whoop. We'll talk.
And they call us at 555-TALK. All right, let's make a phone call. Jen, you spin the wheel this time.
Ooh, my turn. All right, spinning.
It's a pretty strong spin.
I've been working out.
Yeah.
And it looks like it landed on Tykus.
Tykus.
How do you spell that?
Tykus.
Tykus.
I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it.
Tykus.
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 How do you
You
spell
guys
ficus?
can ask when you call him.
Same thing as Tykus.
F-I-C-U-S.
Totally different.
See?
Tykus.
All right.
Do you know that we're pronouncing that right?
I don't. I said you can ask him when we call him.
Oh, interesting. Tykus. Tykus.
We're going to just
Tykus?
go with that.
Tykus. 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 Tykus.
I'm calling.
I'm going to say his name wrong, I bet. Watch this.
See if he says his name.
Yeah, don't say his name.
Yeah, let's just say if he says it.
Let's see who gets him to say his name first.
Oh, I'll do it right here.
No, you won't.
Watch.
No, you won't.
Watch me.
Uh-uh.
Watch me.
I'm going to do it.
You hide and watch.
You hide. Watch.
Take you down so quickly.
Hello?
Hey, this is Tommy.
This is Eddie.
Who are we talking to?
Tykus.
Hey, Tykus. I win. Tykus, thanks for taking our phone call. How's your day going?
It's going pretty good. Just finishing up school, and then I have to head to basketball practice later.
Fantastic. What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
Ooh, big year, huh, Tykus?
Yeah. A lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to do next year?
I have no idea.
Hey, let me be an adult that says to you, that's okay. Because everybody's always like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's okay. You got time.
Yeah. Do you have a college picked out?
No, I don't.
Well, that's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Are you feeling any pressure from anybody?
Myself.
Yeah, okay. Well, how long have you been a podience member?
I've been since maybe 2012.
Wow.
7 years.
Whoa.
That is awesome, Tykus.
2012.
Wow.
So you were what, 11 years old, 10 years old?
Yeah, my brother, I didn't have an iPod or anything, so he would download the podcast and stuff, and then I would always listen with him, and then I'd hey, can I have your iPod so I can listen to the Skit Guys?
Yeah.
No? Oh, okay.
I feel like we've played a major role in the development of your frontal lobe, so thank you for that opportunity.
Yes, thank you. I've always wanted to thank you for that.
That is really cool, Tykus. Wow, we're honored to do life with you, buddy. That's really cool. Wow, that's an honor. That's a privilege, bud. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, thank you. And you have basketball practice today?
Yeah.
How long have you played basketball?
Since 8th grade, so it's my 5th year.
Fantastic. I'll tell you, if we're ever together, you and Eddie probably shoot some hoops.
Yeah.
I'm not a big basketball guy, but he is.
Oh, man. Love the hoops.
Oh.
That'd be awesome. What,
Yeah.
okay, now you've listened to these podcasts a while, which is really, really cool. Do any of them stand out to you? Are there any ones you've listened over and over and over again?
Oh, man. I really like the ones that you guys kind of plan out ahead. So, the Morning Zoo 2 is a really good one.
Oh,
And
okay.
I think my favorite is probably the one Christmas podcast where you guys retold A Christmas Carol.
Oh, yeah.
And Tommy was Scrooge. You guys were, it was so hilarious all the way through. And you guys came up with the funniest things. And, half of them, I knew what you guys were going to say, but I still laughed.
Oh,
That's fantastic. I love that.
that's great, Tykus. Wow.
I
Wow.
love it, Tykus, that you like the ones we planned out, because that's not many. So.
I
That's
mean, you're pretty good on your own, but, when you think ahead, it's better.
there you go.
Thanks, Mom.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. I love it, Tykus. That's
Tykus, where are you calling from? Where are we talking to you? What area do you live in? State?
I live in central Nebraska, around Grand Island, Hastings area.
Ah, fantastic. It's corn country.
yeah. I love Nebraska.
Yeah.
Love to.
These two love to come.
Tykus, you have an infectious laugh. It sounds like you love to laugh.
I do. I really do.
Or you have a touch of asthma. Which one is it?
Maybe both.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
That's so great. That's so
We're
great.
gonna get infected, maybe.
Well, okay, so you've known us for a long time. Is there anything we can do for you? Can we answer any questions for you? Anything we can do for you?
I do have a question regarding, actually, this might be weird. Carl the Snake that you guys have in a few of your videos.
Yeah.
It's originally he started out as just this imaginary snake inside a shoebox that Tommy would hold
Yeah.
and play with. And then in some of the newer episodes, it's an snake that you'd have wrapped around Tommy.
Yeah.
And I was wondering how exactly the development of that, the idea and stuff, and how did that feel, Tommy, having giant snake wrapped around your neck and stuff?
That really is a fantastic question, and that is what I love about it is nobody's ever asked that. Nobody's ever paid that close attention, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
The first time we filmed with that character, the snake handler, which I don't think he has a name, only Carl does, and Carl's actually a female snake, which is funny.
Yeah.
But all we had was a box.
Yeah.
And so if you've watched the first one, Carl is apparently a rattlesnake because you hear a rattle in the background.
Yeah.
And then we filmed it with, I think we might have filmed it a second time with just a box. And then we filmed it with a fake snake.
Right.
That one was so creepy that it got cut out of the video. I don't think anybody ever saw that one.
Yeah.
And then the last time we filmed it, our producer, I think it was our producer, had the idea of using a real snake. And they brought it in, and I am deathly afraid of snakes. Like, I can't stand them. Like, I can get a little creepy thinking about it. And the snake that we used was a snake named Fluffy. And it was I think it's a rescue snake. Like, this guy rescues snakes from, like, people who got them and couldn't take care of them and everything. But, and this isn't really funny or anything, but it was really fantastic. Like, Fluffy was actually very comforting. Like, it was this super heavy, giant, I think it was a boa constrictor. And, yeah. Except the guy did stand off to the side because at one point they wanted to wrap it around my neck, and he had to stay close in case Fluffy got any ideas. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was just ran through my head. Like, Tommy has a giant boa constrictor wrapped around his neck. That doesn't...
Yeah.
That seems a little...
Yeah. And the other thing is they're telling me to act like I'm scared. And then the other thing is that snakes kind of grasp your feelings. And so it was like, okay, so if I act like I'm scared, is Fluffy going to take me out? Who knows?
That's awesome.
Great question.
That's great. Those are for those of you listening, if you want to go to skitguys.com, those are the Skinny On series. And so that last one with the real snake is Skinny On Hurts, Habits, and Hangups.
Yes.
And then I think there's a couple more where there's a box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what the names of those are, but
Skinny on Worship was the first one.
That's the
because
first one.
he's a snake handler who worships. That's where he came from.
Yeah. That's a great character.
That's fun.
Tykus, you've seen it all, buddy.
I have.
I love that.
I've been to your website, watched every video pretty much.
Oh, well, you're kind.
I'm in school, that's not much time on my hands.
Well,
that's okay. Hey, so I'm assuming you're planning on being valedictorian this year.
Yes, there's some stiff competition, but I think
Tykus, you're funny.
Well, Tykus, are you familiar with the fact that we are making a movie right now?
I am, and I'm very excited about that.
Fantastic, man. Well, you're one of the reasons we're making it.
We lived on church camps for like half my life.
Is that right?
So I will be able to tell whether or not you guys do a good job of.
Okay, I like that.
Okay.
Hey, okay, Tykus, here's a couple of things I want you to do, okay? Jen, our coordinator producer, she's going to send you some Skit Guy swag, a Laugh More Skit Guy shirt, and, maybe some videos, whatever you want. We'll send those to you to keep the love going.
All right.
And when our movie comes out, we're gonna get you back on the phone, and we'll figure out how we can get you some tickets to see this movie. Okay?
That sounds awesome.
All right. Okay. All right. We're gonna make that happen,
you,
buddy.
guys.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, we got at least 15 audience members that listen.
Yeah.
What advice? Give us some wisdom. Give them all some wisdom of just something about life or faith. What would be one kernel of nugget, Tykus? Would you say that you've heard, that you believe, that you go, you know what? I lived this out. What's one thing that you would do, or you could say to our audience members?
I think in my short 17 years of life, I've gone through a few things, and I can just say when you think you're as far gone as you can go and you're at your worst point, you can probably go a little bit deeper, but God's going to be there with you, and He's going to be there to pull you back up, and once you get back up, you're going to be a lot more grateful for what you're asking. God's going to lead you there.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
It's a big word. Grateful is a big word. I love that you are grabbing the concept of that word.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, Tykus. Wow.
Tykus, just remember, don't worry about I love don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has enough worries of its own. Those are the words of Jesus. And as you sit and think about what your future holds and what are you going to do next and all that stuff, don't worry about it. Don't let it bother you. You're going to make great decisions, and God has great plans for you, my friend.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
Tykus, I love that you laugh and you like to laugh. And I would say as you keep getting older and you find that certain someone, make sure that you both can laugh together. That'll just be gas in the engine as you go through life. So find people, relationships that you can laugh with.
All right.
All right, buddy. Okay. Good talking to you, bud.
Thanks for spending some time with us.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Pleasure.
All right. Bye, Tykus.
Bye-bye. That's fantastic.
Just so sweet.
Oh my gosh, I like Tykus.
Yeah, I do too. Golly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What an infectious laugh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What a
gosh.
cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still blown away. Just been listening to you since I was in 8th grade. Hey, hey brother, can I have your iPod so I can listen to Skit Guys?
That's so cool. That's crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. We're so blessed.
So blessed. So crazy. Yeah. I mean, we both wanted to be on Saturday Night Live. That was the goal.
That was the goal.
To do things and do skits and to create, this phenomenon that was more selfish in nature as far as, be on Saturday Night Live. But it's so great that we get to do what we get to do.
Yeah. Just nuts.
Be a part of people's worlds like that.
I love it.
Very humbling. Wow. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Very, very cool. All right.
This has been a good podcast.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It really has.
It's been fun with the friendship flashback.
Oh.
And to hear that with Tykus, there's been a continual friendship, and we just got to know him.
It's really true. Hard to do a friendship flashback in the late 60s. It was a rough time. I know.
But
you guys forget about the one that you did in the 1800s?
Oh, that was even rough.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did well.
Yeah.
We did well. It's hard to keep the storyline straight.
I know.
Right?
God,
We're
guys have been
aging
around
very gracefully,
forever.
though.
like we're vampires.
Right? Maybe we are.
Who knows?
Well, hey, podience, keep those fake friendship stories coming.
Please do.
We love them. They're a lot of fun.
They are super fun.
And we love the phone calls. If you've been a podience member for a long time or for a little bit, we would love to hear from you.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to give us even a little more information of, something going on, other than just the who, what, where, when, and how. If there's a little story in there, don't be afraid to give us a little juice to go with it,
For the fake friendship?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. All right.
So,
Well, this has been great.
super great.
Super great. I love the word that Tykus used, and the word was grateful.
Grateful.
Podience, if it's been a while since you've been grateful for something, if it's been a while that you've just sat and just allowed the still small voice of God to rush over you and to see how grateful you are or how grateful we could be, to take some moments to do that. I mean, a senior in high school said the word grateful, and if he can figure that out, I think we all can.
Yeah, it's fantastic, even though he is the valedictorian of his class.
There you go.
Well, it's been fun, podience. Buddy, it's been fun. Jen?
Been fun.
Yeah, been fun.
Jen, I don't know.
She's over there coordinating
just right there.
stuff.
No, she's just coordinating.
All right, well, I love you, buddy.
Love you too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Pardon the interruption, podience. It's Jen, the producer, with a couple quick things before that closing music comes on. Believe it or not, Tommy and Eddie actually make up everything they say on this podcast. And if you like that, then you'll love their question and answer improv show on YouTube called Ask Tommy and Eddie. They will answer questions from fans and podience members that they don't see until they are handed the question from the intern. And of course, once they begin to answer, hilarity ensues. Be sure to check it out at youtube.com/skitguys and subscribe to their channel. Also, if you're not following Skit Guys on social media, you are missing out on posts that have pictures, videos, tour info, and more from the guys. Just look for @SkitGuys on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And one more thing. We love hearing from podience members. One way you can let us know what you think is to review the podcast at iTunes. Why not do that right now? I'll wait.
The Skit Guys podcast is brought to you by skitguys.com, where you can always watch their videos for free and peruse all things Skit Guys. Tune in next week for another thrilling episode of The Skit Guys podcast. Until then, live long and lie prostrate.